All right, this is Sean. Just wanted to say welcome to Tech Trade Solutions. Bro, I swear, every time a tradesperson walks into a job, they feel like they own the place. I'm one of them. If you feel the same way, why don't you join this conversation and let's talk about it? So, this is my first episode, my real first episode. I'm not going to be polished. I'm going to be rough. I am not going to be very good. I'm trying to see if this even works. I'm trying to look many different things. So just stay with me. Let's have a conversation. Let's see what we can do. For now, let me see if I can go on YouTube now to see what you guys are saying. Because I'll be honest with you, this is new to me. I should have practiced. I did not practice. In fact, I did pretty bad. So let me see where I can get this open. Any suggestions, let me know. Let's see here. It should be under, it should be live. There we go. All right. Where we at? Man, how do I open this? All right. Technical difficulties. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, let me see if I can hear myself. Oh, I can hear myself. All right, so I'm going to mute this since I can hear it. Technical difficulties. All right, so let's see here how I can open up chat. We have full screen. See if I got any chat going. There we go. I see chat. So if you can, just chat with me and let's have a conversation. Anything you want to talk about. So what I want to talk about is my world, right? Which is being a tradesperson. I've been a trade for 26 years, and I'm going to tell you my worst experience ever. Let me turn this camera light on, see if it's any better. All right, let's see that. Okay. All right, getting there. All right, a little bit better. So I just want to talk a little bit about, again, the trades. I want to tell you a little bit about my story. So first, this is a little crazy. I just came out of the United States military. I had to find a job. I met my wife, had to find a career. I lived up in farther northeast Philadelphia area. She lived all the way down south. She's like, I'm not moving up there. So I had to find a job. I had to find a career. And someone said, why don't you try this electrical contracting company? The relative helped me find it. I went to an interview, said, look, they're like, what can you give us? I said, I can give you a lot. I'll learn this job. It'll take me about 6-7 months, but I promise I should have my own truck doing this. They're like, how much do you want to make? I said, how much does your best person make? They're like, 22. I said, what's your worst person make? 9. I said, all right, I will take 13. Oh, dude, they freaked out. They're like, oh my gosh, you can't take 14. Oh my gosh, 13's too much. I said, look, I will have my own truck. I'm a go-getter. I have initiative. I will figure this out. They gave me the money. But did I know that it would be the worst experience that I've had in the electrical industry to date? What I mean by that, they made me work a half an hour before for free, half an hour after for free. So a whole hour a day. So that's 5 hours a week, right? Times that by 4, that's 20 hours a month that were forcing me to work. I didn't know this was called wage theft. They would do that nonstop until me and my buddy, we finally formed a team. We were by ourselves. By the way, we weren't allowed to take lunch. So we forced that lunch upon that. And me and my buddy kept working that. We came back. No, we just left. We did not do that hour because it was useless. Why am I wasting my time for you, not get paid for it? Right? I'm a go-getter. I'll do anything you tell me. But that was annoying. Now, what was really bad about this place, right? They're teaching me how to be an electrician, right? They're teaching me. I'm learning bad habits. I didn't know, if you didn't know this, you can run something called a multi wire. So you had three wires and you have two separate circuits. It's called a multi wire, and one thing called a neutral, right? Three wires. That neutral, I did not know, the two hots had to be in separate phases. I put it on the same phase. Luckily, no houses burned down, but that's what I was taught. I was taught bad habits. It was a very bad experience that is just horrible to deal with because why it was so horrible was because I'm learning these bad habits. I didn't know you had to do each individual ground. All right, I would twist them all because I was taught that and put them all in a big lug and tighten them down. That's what I was taught. So needless to say, this company, because of the bad quality work, they installed all these disconnects for your AC unit without connectors. Well, houses were burning down. They were just going and burning down. That was horrible. I worked there for about a year, and I finally said, I got to get out of here. So I went somewhere, get some good training, an apprenticeship. The last job was on the job training, learning all the bad habits. And by the way, soldiers, definitely me, did not know you could walk or couldn't walk on drywall. I had no idea. Luckily, I was thin as, oh, heck, not now. I'm kind of heavy. But back then, I was thin. So I'm walking on drywall. I'm like, okay, cool. Running wire. I'm like, it's pretty neat. I don't have to do anything. All these guys walking this. Why are they doing that? No one told me. Fell right through. Boom. I'm stuck. I'm like, help, help. Foreman comes flipping out. What the F is this? I said, dude, you never told me I couldn't walk on drywall. It's my first time doing this. So I didn't get fired. Thank goodness. So that was the worst experience of my electrical life. So if you don't mind, share your worst experience. Give it to me. I don't see many people in the chat, but if you want, let me see. I changed it to live chat. All right, I'm on live chat. I'm not seeing anybody. Come on, man. Hop in. Hop in. This is my first podcast. I'd love to talk to my buddies, but they're not on. I'm not expecting them to be on. They got families like I do. I got families too. They're outside right now, hanging out. But I just want to talk to you, my guys, my people. Right. So that's what I want to share with you. Is a quick story when I first got into the trades. Being a soldier, I do what I'm told. I would do everything exactly how you tell me. I would think of my own, but you give me an order, I would take care of it. That would mess with me. I would work on this job. I'm working. They turn the breaker on. Oh, shoot, what the hell? Oh, they would do that for fun. I'm there laughing. I almost killed a guy. I'm like, you better not do that to me again. And they told me to test electrical. They never said there was a meter, nothing. I didn't know anything. They told me to do this. I did that once, and I'm like, F this, and I punch a hole in the drywall. Should you ever teach me that stuff again? I'm walking out of here. It was not a good experience. All these bad habits. So I went into an apprenticeship program, and I realized they're bad habits. I had to learn that individual grounds go in their slots, neutrals go in their slots. Sub panels have to be separate for ground and neutral. Had to learn that. Had to learn about the multi-wire system where you had two different phases. I learned about, I was just residential. I didn't know there was something called a blue wire, other colors like pink, tan, orange, brown, orange, yellow. I didn't know that stuff, but I was a go-getter. So that's what my starting in the electrical industry. But now, as you see in the background, right, 26 years later, I work for residential, went in the union, did commercial, industrial, residential with them too occasionally. I did a high school in Westchester, was there for 5 years, did 3 years there, right, a third-year apprentice, then I went to fourth-year apprentice, went to Iraq, about a year. What I was great about Iraq was I met a lot of union members who were getting tested out. The local members would call them and say, hey, do you want to get tested out? So they would take a test there. with union members that were there helping us out, civilians. My union wouldn't do that. They wouldn't let me do that. So whatever. So I did that. I was doing electrical work for my unit. Made a lot of friends. 82nd Airborne. I became friends with them. They would do anything for me because I took care of them. After that, I came back home. Went right back to high school. We were finished. I was there for a long time. But the first year after I came back, I would go to the porta potty. I would leave, and I'd be looking around. I'm literally, this is what I would do. I'd be looking around like, I'm missing something. I am so missing something. So I'll get everybody else involved, help me look. Like, all right, Sean, let's see what we missed. What do you miss? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know what I'm missing. But I'm missing something important. And then finally it clicks on me. In Iraq, you got to carry your weapon everywhere. Everywhere. If you lose it, dude, you're done. Except for unless you're officer. For some reason, they get away with it. But if you're NCO or enlisted, you are done if you lost your weapon. So I'm out there looking for something. It was the weapon the whole time. I did that for 6 months. Then I finally got used to that. Not doing it anymore. Ooh. So that's one of my stories in the trades. So with that, 4th year apprentice, I had the guys in my apprenticeship class say, hey, Sean, you should try other contractors. You shouldn't stay with one contractor. I'm like, oh, yeah? Why is that? I just want to know, why is that? They're like, well, you got to experience other contractors just to get to know them, learn all their jobs. Don't get me wrong. I was with I love the guy I was with. Awesome contractor. And they talked me out of it, right? I'm like, oh, yeah, good concept. I burned a bridge. I left. So what we call in the union is called steady. I was a steady with this company. Got talked out of it, went to other contractors. Topped out, which means I was done my apprenticeship with the other contractors. Went back to the contractor eventually because they wanted me. But they wouldn't keep me because I burned that bridge. I was hurting. Lost insurance 3 years and 3 times in 1 year. You know, hurting. So did that for many years. Just kept working with my family, trying to make the money. Trying to struggle because I don't know about you, but the electrical trade gets slow. It's up to what's happening in the world. Residential gets slow. Now everybody needs something repaired, but there's so much competition out there. We are construction electricians. We're there installing, repairing, installing, setting up commercial, industrial, residential work, and it gets slow. And I have lost, literally, healthcare 3 times in 1 year. I had to pay $50. That is it. I had it in my pocket. I'm like, here's $50. Can you keep my healthcare going? I'm like, oh, we don't do that. I'm like, dude, I got $50 right here to keep my insurance. Can we get this going? They're like, no, we can't do. Oh, that was horrible. So that was 4th year, 5th year journeyman. That happens, union, non-union, doesn't matter. Apprenticeship, if it gets slow, you're probably usually not the last to get laid off, but not the first, but you'll get laid off because the contractor wants someone who knows what the heck they're doing, and the state wants you to stay working because you got to finish the program, and that includes work hours. Without the work hours, you don't become a journeyman. You need the work hours. School can mean nothing if you don't get those work hours. So I went from that. And then I became a journeyman, worked there for many years, and then kept getting laid off. Man, it was tough. But it was a lot of great times. We had a lot of good friendships. That's what's great about the trades. You become friends with a lot of different people. But one thing, do not be sensitive. I'm letting you know now. Do not be sensitive. Sensitivity kills. What happened is they'll find a weakness. Happened to me too. Before, call me baby. Let me see. Call me baby was my weakness. You call me baby, I'll flip out. I'll get in your face. It really got to me. I don't know why. I had no idea. I'm finally over. Don't worry about it. You can call me baby all day long. And that would really get to me. Other things would get me too. Like I like fairness. So when I'm seeing other people boning people over, dude, I gotta say something, man. I gotta get in your face. That's why I got the nickname Angry Sean, because I don't I don't play. I want to be right. I want them to be fair with other people, and that's my trait. I finally learned to let go a little bit of that, so I'm not as annoyed at that. That's my what you call iceberg, right? Learn to control that. So that's why I get the name Angry Sean, but I call it upfront Sean. I don't BS. I tell you exactly what's in my mind. That way you know what's going on. Man, that's tough. So I just wanted to talk more stories. So please, if you ever watch this on the live chat, right? Come on, guys. Come join this podcast. Let's have a conversation. Let's see what we can BS on, right? There's many things. Like, for instance, as an apprentice, what's your main job? It's not to learn right away. Your job is to be the waiter. It's to be the support staff. You are the runner. You're getting the coffee orders. You're getting the lunch orders, breakfast orders. You're getting the materials. That is your job. On the job site, you're setting up. You're there before the journeyman. Open up job boxes, setting up the tools, setting up power tools, doing stuff, getting materials set up. That's what you're doing as an apprentice. But man, many job sites, they can be tough. Very tough. Because you always get the one worker, right? That you can't stand. But you got to deal with it. Man, the really annoying people, you know what I mean. The ones that get under your skin for no darn reason, but they do. You got that guy. Like I call different ones. I call maintenance monitor. He watches you work. Doesn't work. Gets paid the same, but watches you. Maintenance monitor. Or you got the 50%er, which he'll do like 50% of the work. Whatever you do, he'll do 50% of that. He's not going to do more. He's not going to do less. He's going to do exactly what you do. You got that guy, right? He doesn't do any more than that, which is fine. It is what it is. And then you have the topper. I've had that before. A guy named Fufu. He would have my story, your story, and he would tell everybody there, including one time he told my story to my face. I'm like, what? Because back in active duty days, right? We're a combat engineer. We don't sleep. We don't sleep at all. We dig holes nonstop, 4 or 5 days straight. I mean, when they say break time, you sleep in the shovel. That's what you do, right? I'm telling them the story. I told them my back gave out. I had to go back to main area. I had to take some medicine. I had to sit back for about a day. I couldn't stay too long because I didn't take care of my guys. That was painful. Go back, digging for another 2 days. And next thing you know, this guy Fufu is telling me this story. I'm like, that's my story. But he is a senior guy, so you don't want to call the guy out. When I got older, of course, I'm going to call you out. I'm like, what the hell, dude? That's my story, right? But that's what he did. You'll deal with that guy. Or I had another guy, right? I didn't know the whole time. I didn't know he was on drugs. I'll be honest with you. I mean, I thought it was major ADHD. I thought he had. I didn't know he was literally high or on speed. I didn't know that, man. I'm very naive when it comes to drugs, right? I don't see it. And yet, it was there. So we come in, and this is when I left the union. I went to I went to industrial maintenance to work, and he's working third. I'm working first, and I come in. I hear him playing guitar, singing some kind of theme song. I'm like, what the hell is that crap, dude? He's supposed to be fixing machines. Apparently, he's playing guitar all night. Didn't know he's high. Oh, you deal with guys like that. You have the special breed, as I call it. I'm not technically a special breed. I used to be a jerk. I'm a little less of a jerk because I'm trying to start a company. You know, I can't be a jerk. I got to be nice. Got to be respectful. That's what I got to be. So, another thing about being in the trades. Everybody thinks it's easy. Or, like when I deal with my students, they think it's entertaining or should be entertaining. Dude, trades is not entertaining. I'll be honest. Sometimes it's so darn boring. Receptacles and switches for 8 floors. I did that at a hotel. You telling me that's entertaining? That is not. It's very boring. In fact, I liked when they asked me, "How you showing? Go get material." It broke up doing switches and outlets for 8 floors. Good thing is, though, I met my favorite journeyman at the time, female. She was amazing. She was teaching me how to clean up. Believe it or not, electrician that cleans, I was that guy. Electricians that clean is a myth, we think, but it can be found once in a while deep in the jungles of electrical world, and I'm one of them. I'm a cleaner. I clean after myself. Believe it or not, I know it's tough. I know it's hard to hear, but that's me, right? So that's who I am. I'm a cleaner. So, again, 5 times when you're an apprentice that I've done literally floors upon floors of electric work. That's going to be you. It's not entertaining. You're a welder. Everybody thinks welding's exciting. Welding, from what I heard, you're at the same spot welding. Good money. Everything I'm talking about pays darn good. You suck up the boredom to take care of your family. You suck up the boredom to have that fun. Trades is not entertaining, dude. I keep pushing students to keep working, and it's tough because they think it should be entertaining. It is not. It is the most boring thing in the world sometimes. That is our world. So, doing receptacles and switches nonstop. 8 floors. That is one type of job. Other jobs, again, at that school, for the first 3 years, I was the storeroom guy. I knew everything. I knew where everything where it was. I kind of like that, to be honest with you. So I'd join me and say, "Hey, I need a steel type." Gotcha. Come back, steel type. Sean, I need this. All right, gotcha. Come back. Didn't really have phones back then, man. So I had to go to each person and see what they needed. I did that for 3 years straight. And I kept working at the same time, but not all the time. My main focus was doing that. Except for this one time where we're doing a big trench, right? It was a big, huge data center, right? Not the ones we have now. This is for the biggest accounting firm in the world. And we were running 6-inch PVC pipe, almost like 3 layers, 6 across, almost, I would say, maybe a football field more. And I was the only one, the whole job. I had journeyman on the ground, in there working, turning, when they needed it, the pipe, heating it up, waited till it got soft, ran it in the hole, they glue it. That's what I kept doing. Or they didn't need to heat it, I would just run it in. I did that for about 4 months. Now, that was not boring. It was painful. Being a young soldier, with a young family, I'm a go-getter. I work my butt off, and that's what I'll do. But I came home so exhausted, and my daughter wants to play, so I suck it up. I play. I like to play this fake thing, tackle, and I tackle her, roll over. But I was sore. I was beat up. I was tired. We don't have showers in the trades, guys. If you're thinking you're going to get a shower, you're not. You're going to suck up that sweat and take a shower home. But when you go home, the kid's there. He wants to play. Oh, you got to suck it up. You got to play, right? You got to take care of your kid. And then other things too. So you got that. You also have your weekends that will disappear. Because if you're just starting out apprenticeship, you got to make money. So you got to do side work. You got to find ways to extra money, or you get overtime. So your weekends are gone. You work overtime sometimes 12 to 16 hours. You won't see it home. I was in Delaware. It was 7/12s for a year. Luckily, I'm an Army reservist. It got me away from that once a month. But I don't know about you, but working 7 days a week, 12 to 16 hours, to me is not a life, right? I had young kids at home. My wife just had a baby. That was the most annoying time I ever had. But I needed to find a job. Remember, I got laid off, 3 times in a year. That was that time frame. So I went to work for them. That's when I started looking at other jobs. I had time. It's time to look. When they can't supply you with income, time to go. So I looked and I saw. I saw from a distance. Found the job. Pay sucked. I was making $40 an hour, and this job was $26 an hour. I had to make a choice. $26 an hour, but 12 months of the year with vacation, health care, not losing it, by the way, or $41 an hour, not guaranteed work. Kept getting laid off, even though I did everything I could for those people. I took every job, even the BS jobs, to help them out. No help out here. I just didn't pipe politics. I didn't brown nose, right? I treat everybody fairly, but apparently that wasn't what they want. So I saw from a distance that job. I took it. And I didn't want it. In fact, I was going to stay there for a little bit, see if I wanted it, and then go back. But I got threatened. Once you threaten me, I'm done. I'm like, all right, I'm staying. The place I left, they were threatening me with all this crap. I'm like, see ya. Went there. Greatest thing I ever could do. Greatest. Working in-house maintenance, right? As long as they're paying, it is, I find it fun, dude. You have a different problem every day. Sometimes you have the same problem every day, too. But it is so much fun. You go to a problem. It's your job to figure out the problem, troubleshoot. And then when you do, you're like, this is awesome. Now, it sucks when you can't figure the problem. You're out for 12 hours straight on your feet, and you got 4 more hours before your shift ends, and you have no darn idea. You call everybody under the sun. No one's answering your call because it's the weekend. And you're like, darn it, I can't leave this place down. That's $1 million a day. Whew. But still fun. Still fun because I'm making time and a half down at 16 hours. Maintenance, it is a lot of fun. So I went there, did that for 17 years. That's where I learned this stuff. That's why I'm able to start this business, because I know how to make you a better electrician, how to troubleshoot. I'm a self-taught guy. Most industry does not have a training program. They are by fire. When I went to the residential, by fire. When I went to the place, industrial, by fire. Occasionally they'll throw a bone and teach you. They'll teach you a little bit. I remember sitting there. It's called the PLC. I'm there looking at the PLC. And I'm like, all right, I'm trying to solve this problem. It's called Allen Bradley. And I see something called download or upload. I'm like, I have no idea. I hit something called download. And I hear, ooh, machine behind me. I'm like, oh, crap. So I'm like, oh, no. So I put the program back in. And I go, the program's working on. Now I know the difference now. Because apparently download shut it down. Upload doesn't. So now I know the difference. So I got all the machine upload, get it ready. And the guy comes up, man, Sean, this machine just shut down. Happened many, many years ago. It just started working. So you can't blame me, my old employer. So I'm like, oh, yeah, I don't know why. I go up, hit the reset, light starts on, hit start, it starts running. Woohoo! Well, I learned. I'm self-taught, except for a little bit. To the point where now I can teach you. I've went to classes now. I'm official. I got Allen Bradley training. I have Monicon. I know Siemens. I know industrial controls, PLCs, instrumentation, even though I know a lot of better vendors that teach, but I can do it all at once and then send you somewhere. I have this awesome vendor I use that teaches advanced PLC. Do you need that? I mean, I'm talking good training. This is amazing training. Half the cost than most of the other trainings, right? I'm telling you, amazing. It's called Intellect, right? They're in South Carolina. Amazing company. I enjoy their work. So that's what I'm here. I'm here to show you in my podcast. I'm here to talk about stories, right? I want to hear your stories. I want to figure out how to have live. I think for me to do that, I need more viewers. I need more people watching. If I get that, I probably can have a nice conversation. I'm looking, I'm not seeing anything. I wish you guys would just let me see. All right, let me see here. Do I have any? No, no love here, guys. Oh man, yeah, no participants. That's all right. I'm gonna talk a little more and then I'll end it. Man, talk a little bit more. So, trades. As a tradesperson, many years, I've had some really good ball busting. And I've done ball busting. If you're not sensitive, again, if you're sensitive, it's going to be tough for you. Ignore it. So ball busting, right? What's it like? Well, you go in there, you mess up. Well, you're going to get teased. I'm trying to remember a time. I mess up a few times. Oh, industrial. I'm doing a preventive maintenance. I'm wiring all these switches, devices. I am literally on the floor working like this. I have to change position because now I am 40 some years old. I've already been in the Army for 26 years. I'm beat up, reservist. Being in that position for 12 hours was tough. And we get started. And machine won't start. We're like, oh no, I wonder what's going on. And they're all looking at me. I'm like, dude, I'm good. I took my time. And I did. So we go in the program. PLC, by the way. Go in the program, which I could teach you. Look in the program. We see two things that aren't active. We go over to it. We flag it. Nothing. Like, darn it. It's in that panel. So go down there. Wires pulled out. Like, darn it. Got to remember, there was like over 100 wires in there. In that position. If you ever work that low, it sucks. It is the most painful position to be in for a long period of time. So, guess what my nickname was? It was One Wire Quinn. One wire. Because I missed one wire. Even though I missed more. It just sounds better saying one wire. That was my nickname. They busted my stones. This guy that busted my stones, he talks so much, so we called him Rubber Lips. Right? That's what we do in the trades. It just makes the day go faster. So one wire. Later on, I was doing some, not programming, but fixing some things, and I mishap on a parameter. And then we're trying to start the machine, and they see that the parameter's out. I put my initials, like, Sean, you missed this. I was like, what are you talking about? Ah, darn it. Got to understand. This is early in my career, right? Now I'm good. I can teach you. They fixed the program. So now my nickname is One Parameter Quinn. That is what my name was, One Parameter Quinn. So this kept going on. I kept giving them names when they messed up, names when I messed up. Like I called the guy Repeat. He put the broken drive down. He had the one next to it. Got it ready. He apparently, I didn't notice either. Grabbed the old drive, put it back in, tried to run it. Didn't work. And I'm like, buddy, this is the new drive. So we call him Repeat. This is what we do, back and forth, right? It's a lot of fun. It keeps the day go faster. And then I messed up again. So guess what? I had a new nickname. But instead of calling me that, he's like, you know what, Sean? We're going to call you Root Calls Quinn. Root Calls Quinn. So me, being a ball buster too, I made a Root Calls award, and I made myself, I think it was 2012 award winner of Root Calls Award. So every year since then, I gave someone a Root Calls Award. One year it was an engineer. Another one was electrician. Another year was a mechanic. Root Calls. That's what you won by being the most non-productive or mess it up. It's all fun and games. That is our world. If you're not wanting this world, maybe it's not for you, right? We're supposed to be softer, and that's great and all. But when you're in a job away from everybody, you have real jerks out there. I'm not really a jerk. I don't like to mess people who don't like it. I'll be cool with you, but I'm not going to mess with you because it's not fun, right? If you start messing me, I'm like, ooh, he's messing with me. Oh, it's my turn, right? He can handle it. But then you find out some people can't. They can dish it, but they can't take it. You got those, right? Sensitive. They're takers, right? They can't take. You got this. So that's what you're gonna have in the trades. You're gonna have that. You're gonna be exhausted. You're gonna sometimes have an angry wife or an angry husband because you should be home, but your deadline's behind. You got to finish the job. Forced overtime. That's just the way it is. The world that we live in. But now with the labor shortages, right, and everything going on, more people are going to try to get in the trades. Be ready. Be focused. Be a team player. Take initiative. And if you need help, I'm here for interview preparation, right? I'm also here for anything you need to try to get employment. I've been there, done that. I used to do interviews for fun. I literally would sign up a job. I wanted it. I kind of wanted it at the same time, but at the same time, I just wanted it. Do the interview. Got cool with them. They wanted me their candidate, but it wasn't enough for me to move. I used to do that a lot, right? There's one, I was almost getting the job. I was this close. And they said, Sean, just let you know, this third interview. Like, yeah, Sean, we travel about 360 days a year. I'm like, what? Yeah, we don't have all regions covered, so you have to cover all three. That'd be 365. I'm like, dude, you should have told me the first time. I like this job, but I can't do it. I have young kids, so I didn't get the job. So I'm here. I can get you interview prepped and everything. Now let's talk about future segments. I would like you guys to come aboard. Come enjoy. Talk with me. I'll look at your chat. I'll say it to everybody. I want to hear you about your experiences in the trades. I want more interaction from you. The future is coming, right? A lot of jobs are going away, but the trades won't. You still need some hands on until someone makes something, but right now we are. So, next segment, let's talk about the labor shortages. AI, is it really replacing our hands on work? Probably not. Young people avoiding the trades, are they? I don't see it, but we could talk about it. And all the opportunities that are coming. They're coming. The home building industry is still kind of strong. Hopefully, industrial comes back. Industrial work is, to me, a lot of fun. So that's what I'm looking at in the future segment. So, this is what we're talking about. Tech Trading Solutions. Wanted to say thank you for staying tuned. I'd like to welcome you for next time. This is Sean the Mighty Quinn, or One Wire, or Root Calls Quinn, here for your pleasure. So thank you and have a good day till next episode.